I really liked that interview. I really like what James Tarkowski said, because he simplified that there. He said that Everton haven't showed enough determination to win their individual battles this season. And take all the tactics away and the crosses, that's what Everton did. They came up against the direct opponent and they won pretty much every battle across the pitch. None more so than Mykolenko against Saka, who's one of Arsenal's best players. He went toe-to-toe with him today and was tremendous, as were all of Everton's players, to be honest.
Yeah. And that's the point, right? If you had to pick a man of the match, you'd be hard-pressed. And I suppose that in itself reflects what was an incredible team performance.
It was incredible right from the start. I mean, you have to feel sorry for Arsenal in many ways. Of all times to come up against Everton, it's today. New manager, new belief, you know, get off to a good start. The performance is good and the crowd get behind them, and it's very difficult to stop. So I feel for Arsenal from that point of view. They didn't play their normal good game. But no, Everton were brilliant. And they've got some very good players. And we've sat here for weeks and weeks and weeks and, oh, they're too good to be in that position. And they are. And we knew we were talking sense. We knew it. But until they go and prove it, then it's very difficult to keep, you know, singing their praises. And they haven't been good enough at all this season. But they have got some good players. And when, you know, obviously in the right frame of mind, when everyone pulls together, then they're the performances that they can pull off at Goodison.
Leon, talk us through the all-important goal.
It was very good. Tweaked at half-time. Everton's game plan right from the first whistle was to try and put that ball really high around to the far post, allowing someone to attack it. But on both occasions, Saliba has defended it really well for Arsenal. But just after half-time, it was as if Doucouré was given just a little word in his ear. Go and just position yourself right behind Saliba. Make sure he can't get it, and we'll get on the end of it. And that's all he did. He blocked Saliba in. You see, he can't back away into that position. And James Tarkowski gets on the end of it, looks one way, heads it the other, right into the back of the goal, exactly where Everton want. But made on the training pitch, tweaked at half-time. Brilliant management.
Yeah, and we saw Tarkowski there pointing to exactly where he wanted it. And I thought Doucouré did great because it wasn't a very obvious block. It was quite subtle. It wasn't one that the referee or the VAR are going to pull back and say, hang on a minute, that your sole intention there was to block your man. It was very subtle. And as Leon said, it was perfectly executed. They had tried that all game, that back post ball, and eventually it paid off.
And as it happens, it was the first goal Arsenal have conceded from across this season, Leon.
Yeah, I mean, despite the size of Arsenal's team, I don't think they're the biggest side in the Premier League. They've stopped the cross well and they've defended it well. But Everton, I mean, you saw the way Tarkowski just ran through Saka. He ran through Odegaard, the players that were trying to stop him and get in his way, because he had so much more desire than them. And I think that was across the board at Everton there. I do pick up what Mo said. It's a tough time for for Arsenal to come up against Everton in the mood they were today, because there weren't many teams that were going to stop Everton getting victory today on that performance.
Incredible drama then at Goodison Park. The new manager bounce, no doubt playing its part then on Merseyside. As Everton celebrate.
What a start. I mean, everything you wanted, everything you demanded?
Well, I think everything they demanded. You know, it's about the players as well, and I think they're the focal point for me now. Very honest during the week in their assessment of where they were. Very honest of what they felt that we could add as a collective. They've taken a lot on this week. We've condensed a lot of work into a week. And I thank them for that, because it's not easy. But as I said, the minimum requirement's maximum effort, and there was certainly plenty of effort today.
We saw that. We saw the press. We saw the duels. We saw the battles. You seem to win most of those.
Well, I think it's important whilst we rebuild confidence. You know, they've been in a position where it's not nice for anyone, you know, and for the players as well. So some of the basic requirements never change. You know, you've got to win your 1v1s, you've got to win your battles, you've got to win your races, you've got to win the commitment cause to the commitment to the cause. Sorry, and I think there was a good feel of that. I still think we can improve with our play, but that comes with confidence, and confidence comes with results usually.
And you said you wanted the players to wear the badge with pride. You've got that response today.
Yeah, but I make it clear, it's not that they weren't. Just needs shining up a little bit. You know, there was commitment, but you need to add to it. You need to rebuild it sometimes. It's not that they weren't, it just maybe got a bit softened. You know, I'm not knocking what they were trying to do under the last manager. I've got my style of working, that's all it is. And I said that's part of it. You know, we want to make sure that everyone knows we are committed to the cause and we are giving everything.
A couple of ex-Burnley players contributed to the performance today. James Tarkowski Great time for him to score his first Everton goal.
Yeah, I'm delighted for him. Like, he's a someone I've taken great joy in watching his career develop. And when he got a move here, I wished him well, and Dwighty as well. They're two players I'm used to working with. Keane will get fitter and sharper, another player I'm used to working with. But they at least give some of the players maybe a nudge in the right direction of how things are going to be working. But no, I'm delighted for them too, because it's a good delivery and a good finish. And set pieces are a big part of the game. We all know that.
He's beaming from ear to ear, is Sean Dyche. Was that the new manager bounce in effect, Leon?
Yes. I mean, I think you saw that within the stadium, but I also think it's the new manager's style being more in tune with the squad of players he's got available. They are players that have energy, that can dominate physically the opponents. Probably not as technically gifted as some of the opposing teams, but they have real height and ability in both penalty areas if they use it. And they did today. Previously, no disrespect to Frank Lampard, but he was trying to get the team to play through the phases, play through the pitches. And that team is better suited when you actually play a bit more of a tempo, a bit more action.
Do you think if there was ever a manager, in my eyes anyway, there's ever a manager that suits a club, suits a set of players, suits a fan, suits a club, it feels like Sean Dyche fits like a glove at the moment. I don't know how you see that. I mean, you mentioned Frank Lampard, but this manager's very different, and it just feels that group of people that he's taken over.
Well, Everton have a certain identity, and Evertonians would say they really enjoyed watching the team under David Moyes. And I would say that is the closest performance to a David Moyes-style performance I've seen since he left. So in that case, I'd say, yes, I like to hear what he says about the team will get better, the team will improve. But as a first 90 minutes of football, with what you've got available, I really enjoyed watching that game.
Let's get some more reaction from Goodison Park. A rare off day for Arsenal. Let's hear from their manager, Mikel Arteta.
Mikel, obviously that's a disappointing result. What did you make of the performance today?
Yeah, a really tough match. We knew that before we came in, especially with the circumstances of the match, with the new manager and the style of play they had, we knew it was going to be tough. I think we started the game pretty well and controlled the game. After 20 minutes, we started to lose a little bit some control and start to play a little bit the game that they want to play. We had loads of the ball, but we lacked that purpose, and when I set piece is what they do. You can see that, and then they slow the game down. They do that really well, and we were struggling to come back in the game.
Why weren't you able to cope with these balls into the box and the set pieces? They did cause you a lot of trouble throughout, didn't they? They
do to every team. That's their strength. When you see the height that they have in the team, the physicality is one of the main strengths. You want to beat against them, you have to control that aspect. And today we didn't do it. And then with the ball, when the way we progressed the ball into the final third, we have to create much more than what we've done today.
I saw you telling the players just to calm down a little bit. Were you looking for a bit more composure? Be careful with the ball?
More composure and to control emotionally as well the game better, because if not you start to get in the game that they want to play. Everything is in and out with a lot of duels and into free kicks. We made so many free kicks in the last 10-12 minutes that are necessary because that's what they want, and we could have done things much
better. What's the mood in that dressing room right now?
What I told them, that today I love them much better than the week before, a month ago, 6 months ago. So it's easy to be next to someone that is winning and playing well. Is the moment now we have to be next to them because they deserve it, fully deserve it, and I'm so proud to coach these players.
Still top, still going to be plenty of twists and turns in the rest of the season.
This is not going to be a rose pathway, this is going to be tricky, difficult. You're going to have to react to disappointment, you're going to have to dig in, and we're going to have to play better than what we've done today for sure.
Thanks very much, Mikel.
Thank you.
Michael, it's only a second league defeat of their season, but I just wonder, will doubts now start to creep in a little bit about their ability to last the distance?
I don't think so. I think your eyes don't lie. I think what we've seen is a different Arsenal team this season. And every team has their off days. Every team gets beat from time to time. But this is a totally different Arsenal team than what we saw 5-10 years ago. This is a tough team. They withstood a lot today. They had a lot thrown at them. They conceded 1 goal on a set piece. There were circumstances where they could avoid it, don't get me wrong. But no, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd still be absolutely buoyant about what this season could offer.
OK. Time for a quick break.